I knew I had to do it. Okay, I gotta be honest with you. There are lots of really bad action figures, and Godzilla is no exception. Godzilla has had a lot of weak points, a lot of bad ones. But what are those bad ones? Well, let's go over the list. Now, keep in mind, this is still my personal opinion. So, if I have a figure on here that offends you, I am truly sorry. But anyway, let's not waste any more time and take a look at the list. Top 10 worst Godzilla figures. You know how you ruin a figure by giving it something so bad that ruins all the expectations? And that is the paint job on this figure. Yes, that issue kind of alone just ruined the figure for me and a lot of other people, because how could you do this? How could you give him that bad of a paint job on the face, no less? Everywhere else is just fine. Well, a little bit heavy on the green on the chest, but still, like, how do you do that? Godzilla 2014 had a lot of expectations, but did not meet those expectations, and the price point just makes it worse. This is a figure I really do not recommend unless if you find it for sale, because this figure just, it loves to fall apart sometimes. The paint job is crap. It's just a figure I don't recommend unless if you find a sale for it. It's not one of the worst, but it's kind of right up there. Though, you can't hate it too much, because it's the star in my series, Godzilla and the Kaiju Heroes. That's what saves it, and I don't think it's horrible. It's just, you know, just not that good. Again, while this isn't exactly the worst Godzilla figure, it does have some weak points that do ruin it sometimes. First of all, those legs just love to fall apart, and I mean love to fall apart, and oh my god, I nearly lost one of the pieces, believe it or not. And the wings, don't even get me started on that shitty paint job on the yellow part of the wings. Like, seriously, it was just, it's not that good, like, honestly. Like, it's not the worst paint job I've ever seen, but that yellow on the wings, oh my god, how could you mess that up? Well, I mean, everything else is nice, except for that stand, because it's very shaky, and you always have this fear that it's going to fall off the shelf and snap the wings. This is one of those fragile S.H.MonsterArts you really need to take care of, and because aftermarket, I really don't recommend it at all unless if you find it for a crazy sale. So if that's the case, go right ahead. Again, not exactly a horrible figure, but it's just, again, failed to meet expectations, and that even includes the price point. The Destroya Evolution set is a special case of just not being that good. I mean, the figures themselves look great. I love the crab form because of the looks. I also love the aggregate form because, you know, it's not that bad. And the flying form is one of my favorite Destroya figures because it's the first flying form figure we ever gotten. But here's the problem. That price point makes it not worth it. Not to mention, on mine, I got a lot of paint issues. A lot of paint issues. And not to mention the limbs that just love to fall apart on the aggregate form, the mediocre articulation on the crab form. You should have been able to put ball joints on all three of those legs, don't give me excuses. And the aggregate form's articulation, while not bad, still does have some limitations that could have worked past it. It is undersized, and the flying form is the best part about this set, but it doesn't come with a flight stand. You need to take one from one of the Tamashii stage acts. This is, again, one of those sets I recommend you find a sale for it, but other than that, I stay away. Truthfully, Bandai Creations figures are pretty bad in terms of proportions and everything else. I mean, for the kid, it's fine, but for the average adult collector or younger, teenage years, it's not that good. It's not that appealing to the eye with many other Godzilla fans that just love everything to be super accurate. I mean, it's one thing to just release Godzilla figures, but it's another thing to just totally kidify them for the kiddies. I mean, that's understandable, but this figure has really sharp claws and does not make them safe for the kids to play. And not only that, it's just, I don't know, it's just not that good. I really don't recommend it at all. I recommend other GMK figures because they're just way better. In ways, NECA's Godzilla figures are worse sometimes. Godzilla 1984, not exactly horrible, still a pretty bad figure because those spines way too small. He looks way too fat to be Godzilla 1989. Well, when I say that, I mean his lower body is fat, but his upper body is skinny. it looks so weird and so awkward. I don't mean to knock on it, but Jesus Christ, the only good part about it is the face, but that is pretty much it. The ingrown toenail sucks, the proportions on the body sucks, the bendy wire tail sucks. What more can I say other than it's just a bad figure? I mean, truthfully, if you like 1984, go right ahead, but otherwise, I just kind of stay away. One thing I'll never understand is Bandai Creations always making every single Godzilla design as cartoony as possible, and Godzilla 2000 is no exception. This is the most cartoony look for Godzilla I've ever seen, and there was honestly no need for it. Because I don't think he's that scary. The real Godzilla is that scary to the kids. It doesn't look scary. It looks badass, but not scary. This figure just fails in every single regard. The glossy spines are nice to look at, but that's pretty much the only going for point that it has. It is just not a good figure at all, and I honestly do not recommend it unless if you're a die-hard Godzilla collector. So other than that, I'd stay away. I paid $12 figures that had more paint job than this guy. You want to know what kills a figure? Lack of paint job. But not only that, the paint job still just kind of sucks. It's just not that good. And the proportions are very off, and he looks very fat. Look at those feet. Do you think Gigan 2004's feet look that big? No. I understand doling up the sharp points because, you know, it's a kid's toy, but what is with the awful proportions on this guy? It is not good at all, and this is one of the worst Gigan figures I'd ever purchased. Well, even when I was a kid when I received it, I didn't even like it that much. I mean, seriously, like, it's not that good. Like, get the Bandai Japan version, that's so much better. Get the 8-inch one, again, that's so much better. The MonsterArts is even so much better. Well, obviously, well, that's not even a fair comparison. I'll just take that out of the window. Still, the Bandai Japan figures are better, and this figure, not that good. It's not that good. I really don't recommend it at all. This is seriously one of the worst Godzilla figures I ever bought in my life. You want to know how you ruin a Burning Godzilla figure? Give it a mold that looks nothing like Burning Godzilla or 1994. Make it a repaint just to save a few bucks, and call it a new figure. This figure has the worst paint job I've ever seen. So sloppy, especially on the end to where the tail starts. The translucent, vibrant paint does not even bring out the figure that much. It's not that vibrant, and it's not that appealing. It's not 1995. I don't recommend it. It's not that good, honestly. Even for a $20 figure, for a $20 NECA figure, it's not that good. It's not good at all. Seriously, I don't recommend it. Even if you're a Burning Godzilla fan, I still don't recommend it. There are plenty of other better Burning Godzilla figures, and this is not one of them. This is one of the worst figures I've ever purchased, and oh boy. I went easy on it in my review, but opinions have changed. So sorry if I shocked you. Space Godzilla has had a lot of terrible figures. This is a terrible figure in itself, and the Bandai Japan one was even worse. But this figure, while better, is still just as bad. Paint job sucks. Candy corn crystals suck. That giant gap on the back sucks. The eyes suck. The paint job sucks. Well, I'd be exaggerating if I said the paint job sucked everywhere else, but on the crystals, it's still bad. The paint job still sucks. Articulation sucks. Even for a vinyl, it sucks. Those legs should be able to move, no excuses. And overall, it's just not that good of a figure. I don't recommend it at all. Even if you're a Space Godzilla fan, don't buy it. It's not good. There is nothing good about this Hedorah figure at all. Nothing saves it. The paint job sucks. The sculpt sucks. Articulation sucks. Wait, what? Are you serious? This figure has no articulation whatsoever. Even for vinyl, that is just unacceptable. The Bandai Japan even had articulation, for Christ's sake. Proportions suck. Looks stupid. It looks like somebody took a highlighter to the top of the head. It's a horrible figure. I don't recommend it. And it's horrible. What more can I say that it's horrible? It's the worst Godzilla figure I've ever purchased. It's very cliched, and I know a lot of people have said that this is a terrible figure, but now it's my turn to say it. It's not good. I don't recommend it at all, no matter what the price is. You're better off buying better Hedorah figures. For the kid, it's fine, but everything else sucks. Well, that was kind of depressing, but I hope you still enjoyed the list. Once again, if you had a figure you liked on this list and it offended you that I put it on the list, again, I am sorry, but again, it's my opinion, and if your opinion is different, I respect it. But anyway, that's all I have for today. I'm DemarBur17, and I am out. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you all in my next video. Peace out.